Ryan's FBA Journey podcast, sharing her mistakes and doing whatever it takes to educate others on private labeling and Amazon. And here's your host. Wait, she's on the phone with seller support. Okay, here she is, Ryan.
Hello everyone, this is Ryan from Ryan'sFBAJourney.com, and today we are going to discuss leveraging OPM or other people's money with a gentleman that knows it best. Guys, I am proud to present to you Mr. Will Moffett, who is going to share with us his tool, guys. I'll say it's a tool. He'll probably correct me. That's going to totally disrupt the market in a good way with a crowdfunding platform just for us Amazon folks. Hello and welcome, Will.
Hello, Ryan.
Let's dive right in. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Definitely, yes. Again, my name is Will Moffett. I'm an entrepreneur all my life. I don't know if it's a curse or a blessing, but just a little bit of background. Basically in college, that's where my entrepreneurial journey started. Selling candy to my classmates in class. Now, how cool is that?
Well, I actually did that middle school and high school, and my principal got on me like 2 times, and then other people started mimicking me. That is so funny. We have something in common.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's something about an entrepreneur. I think we all kind of start off in the same place. So yeah, in college, I kind of had this thing with me where in school, it was kind of hard for me to just learn in class and also grasp the concept because I was a marketer, business, sales and marketing. So I always have to kind of go out and do it on my own. Whatever I heard in class, I went out and did it physically. And that's like how I learned. What was interesting, I kind of took up real estate. That's how I got started after actually selling the candy. So purchased my first house like in 1 month after deciding I wanted to do real estate. After that, I started helping investors purchase real estate in the community in the city I went to school in. So that's kind of like how I got started after college. Moved back to California from Alabama and couldn't find a job.
No.
Find a job, you know. And so what does us entrepreneurs do? We make lemon out of lemonade. So what ended up happening is I opened up a restaurant with one of my buddies, and it was like a funnel cake shop near the AMC Theater. It's pretty cool. And we found out that we did not want to be there all day from morning to night. So we like quit and like lost all our money. We were young. We were like young and we're like, we don't want to do this anymore. So we just quit. Got a real job and decided I didn't want to do that. So then after that, I just began reselling services. So before the whole private label thing, I started reselling, anything, web development services, SEO services, anything that can be resold, but never thought about physical products. So here we are today, found out about Amazon through a friend. His brother was making $50,000 a month doing arbitrage. And I was like, how is he making $50,000 a month? So I started researching it and wow. 1 month later, my first product like blew up and started doing Amazon FBA. After that, ended up partnering up with some cool guys. And we end up going down to the Prosper Show in Utah, talking to a lot of people. And we end up hearing a lot of people talking about their needs and everybody needed financing. So we decided to create Bonolo.io. And that's where we are today.
Very nice, very diverse, which so many of us are, and I absolutely love it, Will. So I have to ask, you've obviously taken a working model of fundraising and added a unique twist, or at the very least, you've specified your audience. And really specified. Why Amazon and why my Amazon sellers actually want to use your platform?
There's one thing we all need. We all need cash, bottom line. Now, I understand if you want to make $10,000 a month, and have 1 or 2 products, that's totally fine. You may not need the cash. But if you plan on scaling your business to making 7 figures or even 6 figures, making $1 million per year, making $15 million per year, making $20 million per year, I've met them all. They all need funding. Even a $15 million company, they come to me, Will, I need funding. Like, where can we go? No matter where you are, you need funding. And that's what our team decided to take the task of helping FBA sellers in. If you need funding, You need a platform. You can use credit cards, very risky, high interest rates. You can go to banks. That's very, very difficult. They want 2 years of being in business and it needs to show in your tax forms and these lines of credit. They want to see that validation. They want your credit. They want leverage. It's very, very difficult to grow fast when the system is so slow. They also have Lending Club. Lending Club is the same thing, high interest rates. It's just a very difficult thing when you're trying to grow a business. And we took that into account when we built Bonolo. And the great thing about Bonolo is that you can grow limitless. There's no ending to how much inventory you can get funded. That's pretty much in a nutshell.
Very nice. And I also like how you can't grow fast using systems that are slow. I mean, it makes sense. I love that. That is amazingly put. So let me ask you an even more important question, because you said inventory, which is something that we obviously need. What are some other common expenses that we forget to consider when we're running our physical product business, especially on Amazon?
This is where I really want to educate people, because it's easy to make a lot of money on Amazon and forget about expenses. I mean, when you're getting $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 dumped into your account every month, it seems like a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it seems like, I'm making a lot of money. I can spend this. I can have 10 softwares. I can do whatever I want. I can go on trips and vacations. But what you don't understand is as you grow, your expenses grow. You still have to maintain your current inventory. And if you plan to expand into new products, you have to fund those new products along with inventory. So a few things you got to look out for. You got to look at your product cost, your shipping costs. If you do shipping by air or shipping by sea, I mean, shipping by air, you're going to easily come out of your pocket between $5,000 to $10,000 to $13,000. I know I've done it. Okay. It's best. What I've learned is sea. I definitely do sea is because sometimes fast isn't good. You're tearing down your margins. So shipping, that's another one you got to look out for. Amazon fees, you got to know off top, you're going to be taking 25% of your profit away just by having Amazon's fees. PPC, things like that. Not looking at your PPC, not paying attention. They're charging you $300, $200, $500 a day. You got to look out for that. See what keywords are looking good, which ones are looking bad. Pictures, you got to get your pictures to compete, your sales copy. If you have a virtual assistant, you need a VA to help you out because it's a lot of work. Samples, those samples rack up. You're paying $60, $80 per sample. And depending on how many products you're ordering, you can easily pay $500 a month for those samples. These are all the things you have to this is business. You have to look at Amazon as a business. And when you do that, you can grow. And that's why I wanted to kind of educate your followers here, Ryan, because we are not going to allow people to come on the platform and not have any idea of their expenses and raise cash and misuse it. That's not what we're about. That campaign will actually be dismissed. So we actually look at each campaign and see if the FBA seller is able to handle the funds. And that's very important.
Wow. Yeah. No, I mean, your investors need to feel safe. And when they feel safe, they invest more and with more projects. So no, it definitely makes sense. And this wasn't really discussed before, but if you could share with us, what type of seller are you looking to fund? For example, we have the seller who just got started growing, but they really don't know where they are because they're always right at this point progressing. What are you looking for in an ideal seller?
What we're looking for and what our investors are looking. Number one, we're going to protect our investors. These can be your family. These can be your friends. These can be the investors that log on to Bonolo.io. These can be people in China that want to invest in you. People in Europe that want to invest in you. It's a worldwide platform. We have to really play it safe. So we're looking for people with traction. If you're a new seller, you definitely need to have some traction. We need to know that, number one, when you log onto our website, the system is very smart. It's going to go through your Amazon account and pull up your sales. We're going to know exactly what you're doing. So to determine if we can trust you enough to hold the funds and sell the product, we definitely have to know that So you also have to put your bank account in the system. We have to know that you're able to cover your expenses. We can't have people coming on borrowing $50,000, $10,000, whatever the number is. We got to know that you are a feasible business. Create the fund and pay back the investors that purchased the inventory for you on your behalf. So we got to see your strength. And these are the things that our investors will see. They won't see too much detail. They'll see your sales. They'll see the category that you're in. And these are the investors. An investor comes on and say, hey, you know what? I see you need 2,000 units or you need 5,000 units. I want to contribute and purchase 5,000 units from you. They're going to see the category that you're in. We do not show your product. And at that point, they see your sales. They see your history and they say, hey, okay, this guy has been making $50,000 per month. He's been making $10,000 per month for 1 full year or for 3 months. This is somebody I want to invest in. This is somebody I can see growing. That's who we're looking for. If you're new, I will definitely, you need to get out there, get started, take action, get your first products out there, start making some sales. And definitely the funding is there. We don't go off credit. Definitely we go off what you do because we know Amazon is just a different monster. You can come from nothing and have $50,000 a month in 1 month.
Yes, it's totally possible. And I love what you just said, take action, which is something a lot of us just preach and hopefully gets through to some people it won't, but it's okay. For those, we'll just go ahead and take your product idea that you could have had and we'll make money off of it.
Definitely.
So Will, this brings me to my next question. What formula do you suggest for predicting how much inventory we need and how long it should last so that we could better estimate the amount of funds needed for inventory alone?
What you do is you take your monthly inventory, what you sell per month, and it depends on the product. Some people like to invest in low competition products. Some they invest in the medium competition and some invest in the very extreme competition. You definitely want to take your monthly inventory and purchase that along with additional just in case, so you don't lose inventory. So if I'm selling 1,000 units per month, I'm going to order 1,000 units plus maybe 300 to be safe. And that's a totally different monster. If you're the type of person that you have a product and as soon as you put it in Amazon, it start instantly selling 50 units per day, it's more than likely you're going to creep up to 70, you're going to creep up to 90, you're going to creep up to 150 units per day. So you have to kind of plan for that growth. If you start off and you had an MOQ or you ordered 300 units, it's pretty safe to say you can possibly go up to maybe 800, maybe 1,000 just to be safe. But generally, as far as Bonolo, we only allow people to invest. The system will only allow people to acquire inventory that they're already selling based upon their history. So if you're selling 1,000 units a month, you can only raise 1,000 units of funds per campaign.
Understood. Great. So, and that leaves that opportunity for growth. Cover what you know you need, and now you can go ahead and start to prepare for what the growth is going to have because you will be in stock. Of course, being in stock is good. You can sell more and you can prepare. So understood. I love it. It totally makes sense. So I'm kind of going back just a little bit to the question that I told you was not given to you before. But for those who are fairly new to Amazon and who are not going to come to your platform right away because they know better, but they're growing rapidly, what are some ways that maybe they can acquire some funding to keep up?
What happened with me was very interesting. Before this, I was flat broke before trying out Amazon. I mean, I was working 12 to 16 hours per day. Debt, it was difficult. Entrepreneur, I made sacrifices that didn't pan out the way I wanted to. So I had to pay for those consequences. When I started FBA, it was all on faith. My friend said he was making $50,000 per month. I looked into it. Within 2 weeks, I had product and inventory. And guys, that's how you have to be. Sometimes either your back has to be against the wall and you got to come out fighting, or you just have to have that something inside of you that makes you go. There has to be something that makes you go. So first starting out, definitely family, friends. If you can't do it, what I did, I actually took out a loan, which was surprisingly because I didn't have good credit at the time. And I ended up getting a loan from Lending Club. And it wasn't a business loan. It was a personal loan because I decided, I told my wife, hey, wifey, I'm going to pay off some debt. I'm going to consolidate some debt because we have a baby on the way.
Oh, congratulations. You know what? You are the second, third, like someone just had a baby, someone's happy. Man, it's baby time. Yeah. So that means it's grind time.
Yeah. So guys, that's what I say. If you don't have anything to fight for, a child will make you fight for it. And if it's not a child, you got to find something. I don't know, your parents, something, a better life, a house. I don't know, whatever you want, you kind of got to dig in there. And the baby was the breaking point for me. When I knew the baby was coming, I took out that loan for debt consolidation, and I said, you know what? After I heard about the Amazon thing, I said, I'm going to put this money that I was supposed to consolidate debt with, and I said, I'm going to put it in Amazon. And I didn't want to tell my wife, and I didn't for a long time. Finally, I did. I said, babe, hey, I used that money for Amazon. But before you overreact, I think it's going to work. She was mad. She was very pissed, but it worked. The first product, I think the first week I made $2,000. The next week it went to 4, then it went to 8, then it went to like 15, then it went to 25, then it went to like 30, then it went to 40 per month. And I was amazed. So guys, I know what Amazon can do, and I couldn't have got to that mark without funding. This is what I'm saying. There is no way I could have funded $40,000 worth of inventory alone. Luckily, I had a friend that I told this about, and he jumped right in the same day, and he was able to fund that growth. I totally understand what FBAs are going through. I've been there. I've had nothing and came into something. I understand what you're going through, and we've built a platform just for you, and knowing what you're going through and knowing how you can leverage funding to get where you need to get.
Wow. You are inspiring as well as just genius. This is pretty good, pretty exciting stuff. So besides inventory, what can we buy to increase our overall return on our investment? What kind of investments in regards to our private label products give us a better return by putting parts of our finances into it?
The things you need, number one, you need a formula. Okay? You need a formula. And a lot of people learn formulas from podcasts, from fellow FBAers, from reading books. I've done them all, but there's still a lot missing that you have to understand in order to grow. Tools you will definitely need. Jungle Scout, so you can research. That's the tool. Before Jungle Scout, I was just using the Amazon Top 100.
Like all of us.
Like all of us. And then I try to drill in deeper manually. And oh man, countless times falling asleep on a computer. And to be honest, a lot of that is what caused people not to execute or pull the trigger, because it was overwhelming, that analysis paralysis going on there. But definitely Jungle Scout, a VA. You have to get you a VA. Even if you're not making that much, get a VA. I know I got my VA off onlinejobs.ph, and she is awesome. I didn't even want to get a VA, but I forced myself to. If anybody read the book, The 4-Hour Work Week.
One of my favorites.
Yes. It says, even if you don't need a VA, get a VA. You got to learn how to this is a management job. If you want to grow fast, and if you want to scale strongly, you have to have help. If you don't have a partner, get a VA, because these are tasks that you can alleviate yourself of, so you can focus on that bottom line. And that bottom line is that profit. You got to get that profit going. When you're focusing on 10 tasks at one time, you're going to drop the ball on like 5 or 6 or 7 of them possibly. So you got to get you some assistance, either a partner. I strongly value partners. After my first experience, it was a little difficult. Some people you can't count on. Some people, they're really screwing up royally. But it's very, very important that you have partners, that you have somebody, because you might have an idea and you don't have anybody to talk to. Your wife might not want to hear you. Your kids might not want to hear you. Your friends and your parents definitely might not want to hear it over and over again. So,
yeah, my friends, they're tired. I don't even share anymore. They say, how's business? I say, it's okay. And then we talk about, whatever gossip is going on. So yeah, no, definitely understand. Yeah, that is so funny. we're so different. We have different backgrounds. We're doing different things with Amazon. Some people are really taking advantage of merch by Amazon, for example, and some of us are doing PL, some of us are doing OA, but there's that common ground that kind of connects us, and it's like quirky. Our friends are tired. They don't like going shopping with us anymore because we're always knowing the true quote unquote value of something like, yeah, I can get it from China for $9. Like, yeah, you just ruined it for me. So that's actually funny you say that, Will. Yeah, definitely relatable. So, Will, I'm just curious. This is a fun type of question. Name the name of your favorite podcast and the host, and tell us why it's your favorite podcast, as we're on the subject of resources.
Definitely. Ryan, now, I have to say you are definitely one of my favorite. And when I first talked to you, and I told you, when I first started FBA and I was listening to your podcast, you were talking about one of your products that was having some issues. Everything you said was the same issue of my product. And I was like, oh my God, like, you know what? We have the same product.
She gets me.
Gets me. She understands me. And so ever since, I listened to you and I learned so much. Definitely, we got to leverage other people's experiences. It helps us not to make the same mistakes. Mm-hmm. It helps us to archive those experiences into our strategy so that we can always be profitable. And that's definitely one thing that really drew me to your podcast. I like Scott Volker, the amazing seller, Freedom Fastlane with the other Ryan.
Yeah, Moran, pretty awesome guy. And I got to meet Scott Saturday. That was pretty fun.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm going to finish the list first, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do, as far as learning podcasts and leveraging the experiences. The next one is the Private Label podcast with Kevin, the AM/PM podcast with Manny Coates, and the Sellers Cast. I'm a knowledge fiend. I need knowledge. I need wisdom. I can buy 20 books and read them all in a week just because I need to consume that information. I need to learn. I'll sit and listen to 3 podcasts 3 hours a day. If you want to be successful in this business, you have to learn how to leverage other people's experiences. You have to understand that if you do not get this right, you will lose money. And if you don't have funding behind you, that means you cannot recover, or it may take you long to recover. You have to leverage other people's experiences, read a lot, listen a lot. When you go through it on your own, you're going to make even more mistakes. You're going to learn even more. You're going to say, oh, hey, Will, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. I just lost money. Don't ever do that again. And once you keep eliminating those things that you've done wrong, you're going to end up with a formula. And this formula is what is going to give you that $100,000 a month, that $200,000 a month, that $1 million a year. You have to have the formula, guys. Make you a formula, write on a piece of paper your mistakes, what you could have done better, how you can change things that's going wrong, and never do it again. And you'll grow. You'll grow, and you can leverage our platform to help you do that.
Right. I mean, those are good lessons, not just for business, but for personal life. I mean, guys, it's all about leverage, using other people's experiences, not just money. I mean, this is what this podcast is about, but really learning and learning about yourself and knowing what works, what doesn't work, and really taking advantage, I think, Will, is what you're just saying. We don't have to go through everything to learn. Like you said, we can learn from other people. So being mindful of our time as well. So no, I totally agree with you. And I think it makes sense to so many of my listeners. Will, I got to say, this has been just amazing. And I would love to know if my listeners want to take advantage of OPM or other people's money using this proven model with a twist we can appreciate. Where can they go to learn more?
So what you will want to do is go to Bonolo.io. Bonolo.io. That's BONOLO.io. There you can sign up for our exclusive invite. It's going to be a drip system. So we're not just opening the floodgates to where everybody can just come on and create campaigns and share with the world. We're being responsible with this because it's huge. Where else can you get limitless money for your Amazon business? And with doing that, there's some responsibility there. So we're taking the serious people that's really serious about growing their business, and we're allowing them to use the very, very intelligently smart platform created by Silicon Valley vets. And we know what we're doing, and we're bringing it to you, and it's going to change the game. So definitely go on there, get on our list. Also, you can email me at will@vanolo.io. If you need any assistance, any questions, I'm a helper, man. I like to learn and I like to help others. I have to give back because so much has been given to me. So any way I can help, I will do so. Teach people how to leverage our platform. You guys, the market is wide open. A lot of people say, oh, competition, it's closing in and I'm going to Europe and I'm going to Amazon Europe and I'm going off Amazon into my own website and I'm doing this and that. And I'm like, I see like 50 products I want to invest in right now. Like literally, I see like 20, 30 that, I have a formula. This is what happens when you have a formula, guys. You get your formula, learn from your lessons and your mistakes. Your formula will guide you into the perfect products every time. Now, this is another thing. You want to make sure you get a variety of products. Even though you have a formula, that doesn't mean it's going to work all the time. I will acquire 5 to 10 products per month. And of those winners, I might get in between 3 and 6 winners. The thing is, the losers, liquidate, get it out of there. The winners, order, buy more. Keep multiplying, keep flipping over and over and over and over. That's what you want to do. And you got to do it fast. And so that's what I'm talking about. It's there for you. It's there.
This is what it's all about. It's about leverage. It's about growth. It's about learning. And if you're like Will and I, it's about giving back. So guys, this has just been amazing. I've learned a lot. I'm going to take advantage of a lot of the resources that Will has shared with us. And you guys know exactly where to go if you want to learn more about Moffitt. If you want to learn more about Will Moffitt.
You can call me Will, man.
Go ahead, head over to B as in boy, O as in octopus, N as in November, O as in octopus, L as in Lincoln, and then O as in octopus.io. So not .com, I-O. And go ahead and check out this amazing resource, which in my mind is just Silicon Valley meets Amazon. Will, thank you so much for joining us today. And guys, thank you for listening to Ryan's FBA Journey.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I really appreciate it and I love what you're doing. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.